God save the King. God save King Charles III and the entire royal family. It's powerful. At ZNS at this very moment, the managing director, if I have his office identified correctly, is Clint Watson. Clint Watson is under an industrial attack as scores of ZNS workers are protesting and demanding economic justice. Clint, I am advised, is now having second thoughts. It appears that he may now have regretted leaving us. It's powerful. I'll talk about it if I move by the Spirit. But greater than that, in the southwestern part of the island of New Providence yesterday, officials of the Royal Bahamas Police Force raided Airbnb. And when they got there, they met a 34-year-old man and his 32-year-old wife from the Netherlands. What do you think they were doing? They were providing dope. I told it to you. I told you what is going on in this country with Airbnb. I call on the government to close down Airbnb until we are sure that they're not smuggling drugs, growing dope, smuggling people into the United States, and committing crime. You can afford to ignore me. Don't forget who I am. I am one of the people down. This is Thursday, the 29th day of August in the year of our Lord 2024. Hold on, everybody. I'm feeling hot in here, and I'm not going to take off my clothes. It's powerful today. Hold on, everybody. God save the King. It's wonderful in the Bahamas. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker and I'm broadcasting live from the ILTV studios, which is located on University Drive in Nassau, Bahamas. It's powerful today. You will note that I have been accusing Airbnb of carrying out illegal activities in this country, and I watch you Negroes. You have rejected my allegation, but slowly the police is going to catch them. So I want to give you an idea of what is taking place. We have a man, he's 34 years old. His wife, she's 32. They are from the Netherlands, and they own Airbnb in the Bahamas. They are located, I really don't want to say precisely where they are located because of the rising amount of crimes. So I won't give you the direct location. But they are in the southwestern part of the island. They have a wonderful business going on. They have website, and they have informed the international community that you could come here to the Bahamas. And when you come, they have magic dope. Now, what they have been openly providing their guests with is magic mushroom. That is the dope that they are openly articulating. But a Negro source has suggested that Airbnb is the mother of all kinds of drugs. Do you hear me? That is what is taking place in this country as we do not regulate these international businesses. So it's like gangsterism from the Netherlands, and police has confirmed with Eyewitness News that they led an early morning raid and they captured the 34-year-old man and his wife. So these are breaking stories taking place here on the island, and I'll have you to know that Airbnb is a sinner's paradise. Man, more gangsterism go on at Airbnb. All kind of things are going on at Airbnb. And all you need to do is to find somebody who's kind of white, and it's the best front. Okay? Just put on, what should you put on them? If you find white people, if it's a woman, you can put on a bikini. It's a man, you give him a bar trunk and a wonderful t-shirt, and it's all cover up. But they have been raided. So it's my hope and prayer that this same diligent exercise can be carried out in the nation's second city, where one of the biggest human smuggling is taking place at Airbnb. I'm now suspicious of the United States government, because it's impossible for Negroes wearing bikini and lipstick to be fooling all of them white people. Huh? Can you imagine it? A boatload of black people from home, my home, and they're able to get straight through. Perhaps it's Haitian voodoo, maybe Haitian obia. So I just want you all to know that law enforcement did a wonderful, wonderful job. And I would hope that they would continue to search, because it has been alleged that there are different spots where you get different kinds of dope. That's what's going on in this country, okay? So I hope you heard it here first. Well, having told you that, I want you to know that at ZNS, Clint Watson, with the big fat self, he's under all kind of pressure today. The workers are protesting, and they're demanding all kind of things. They sent me a voice note, but I'm not going to play the voice note because this woman is rowing, and she's too close to Clint Watson as she row and row. And I really wanted to answer that voice note and say to Clinton, put on a mask, and step back, because it was phenomenal, and the workers are demanding all kinds of things, and Clint Watson has not been able to provide them with a reasonable explanation. So it's one big row and so forth taking place at ZNES. You would recall that at one point Clint was here. He never had this problem. When he was here, he didn't have to worry about toilet papers. You hear me? We had so many toilet paper that I miss and walk out of the studio with 2 rolls. And it was only when I got outside, I recognized, goodness of mercy, I have demand toilet paper. Now Clint and his staff say they want toilet paper. And if I wasn't too old, I saw 1 or 2 cases in the back room, I would have carried by ZNES so I could clown on Clint Watson. What else do workers want? Clint didn't have this problem. You hear me? Clint was able to eat like 3 or 4 times a day in his office. We treated him very well. We loved him. We gave him the best car. And he had a wonderful time here. But he left. He robbed me of my job at the office of the Prime Minister. I didn't know he was supporting the PLP. I always thought that he was a closet F&M because him and the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, they were like 2 peas in one shell. Well, he's now having second thoughts, and who knows if he wants to come back. Well, I'm not in the position to tell him to come back, but I'm certain that if he wants to come back, listen to me, I have a pen and I know how to use this pen. I can easily write a letter to the CEO, and for some reason they love the way I is join on. And can you imagine it? Dear CEO, dear CEO, isn't it amazing? I can write it, but I don't know if I should write this letter, bring him back, because I still have him in. I have to be honest, I still have him in. But I may write the letter for him. I may write to the CEO, petition the CEO, and ask him if Clint could come back, okay? I don't know. But for the time being, let him take that punishment, okay? So I thought I'll tell you that. So these are some of the things that are happening in the country, and of course it makes the politics exciting. It makes the industrial action very exciting. And so Clint is like walking up and down. He's playing angry, all right? But I think he's having fun, all right? So there Clint is, and isn't he a huge general manager? Man, he big? He's big and powerful. He better fix ZNES before the workers all come here to work. And that would be powerful. So I thought I'd tell you that. And of course, there are some other interesting news taking place in the country. The question as to whether or not the opposition leader is still a water boy is still relevant. And of course, Michael Pentard, the opposition leader, apparently he's held a press conference and he's made a fundamental error in his press conference, notwithstanding that I attempted to show him how to do it. You will recall that yesterday I openly told you how in 1990 I got some money from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Now, the only difference between me and the politicians is the Grand Bahama Port Authority know I wasn't selling out. They know it, but they decided that they'll send some money, and they did send the money. And as soon as the money came, I instructed my general to show me where the bank is, because I wasn't too familiar with where the bank is, and they wanted to know why I was going to the bank so quickly. I said, listen, this is the Grand Bahama Port Authority, this is Edward St. George, this is Sir Jack Hayward, and I need to make sure this check can cash. And so they took me to a bank, and immediately I cashed the check. And what I did, and my colleague couldn't understand it, I told the bank, all this money, give it to me in dollar bill. And they said, Mr. Monka, you want all this money in dollar bill? I said, yeah. Put the money in dollar bills. So I walk out of the bank with a basket full of dollars. All right? Now, what Michael Pintard should do, and he's not being properly advised, he should first tell the PLP, all the people who sponsored the FNM, then produce the check and the bank book. Now, once he does that, he got the PLP. But he is saying to the PLP that he's prepared to do it. He's pussyfooting. Put the check on the table. Show us who gave him the money. Show us the bank account. I think I still have the party bank account. I bet you all guys didn't know that. Yeah, I had the FNM bank account because during the period in which some of them were agitating to move me, I would go to the Royal Bank of Canada and I would just deposit my dues. And they couldn't figure out how the hell I was able to do it. I had the bank account. Who knows, I may test it and bring my dues up to date and see what's going on. But if Michael Pintard is serious, he will call the PLP bluff by identifying everybody in Life at Key who donated to the Free National Movement. Their names, their checks. And he must also identify those who bought cash. You see, those who donated cash, there is no documentary evidence of them donating. And without documentary evidence, Michael, well, he would not have been in charge, so we won't put it on him. He was chairman though, so we'll put it on Dr. Minnis. Without documentary evidence, what happens there? We are unable to tell if our party was laundering money. You see why you have to follow a certain protocol. There's nothing wrong with the FNM getting money, but certainly once they receive cash, that's where it is, okay? And I'm prepared to bet you that in 2019, when then Attorney General Carl Bettel called on companies and lodges and banks and so forth to regulate, he did not regulate the FNM. Ha! You see it? Now, I'm certain they want to know how I know. Well, I'm not going to tell them how I know. I'm not going to say that the government told me. That would not be proper for me to say that the government told me. I'm not going to say that the PLP told me. That would be grossly improper since I've had no conversation with any of them. But if they think I'm a liar, challenge me. All right? So I thought I'll tell that to you. And that is powerful. So Michael should just tell us, show us the check, and tell us who are the people in the neighborhood who donated the money. Produce the checks, produce the bank books, and then the money that was given to us without check. Ha! That's where the danger is. That is where campaign, finance, reform is important. Okay? It's very, very important. I don't want to tell Michael a secret because Tommy Turnquest may get upset, and Tommy Turnquest is married to a relative of my father. So I don't want to get him upset, but if I were to say to Michael, do you know Sir Orville Turnquest? Do you know who in the F&M came up with the financial concept of private financing? Huh? Does he remember the Conky Joe man who lived in Blair Estate, who when Sir Orville pick up the phone and call the Conky Joe man and say, we need private funding. Does he know? Well, I'll give him a clue. The Conky Joe man's surname is Sawyer. All right? I'll show him that I'm more F&M than he is, because there is no F&M who could deny private financing. And I'll have him to know that Sir Orville Turnquest first introduced me to private financing on Christmas Eve, 1986, when he asked me at the Den City Market on Harold Road, also known as Tonique Boulevard, if I was prepared to cover for Tommy Turnquest. Don't mind these Negroes, they don't know what they're saying. All right? But I'm going to leave it alone, since Sir Orville is not in a position to deny or confirm. But there is one F&M who knows that I have the magic word, and that would be Tommy Turnquest. He would know that what I'm saying is truthful. So I just wanted to throw that in to show you how Michael is not learning. He's not being given good advice. Just come right out and say to the PLP, these are the facts. These are the people who give us the money. All right? Produce the check, produce the bank account, and put the PLP to shame. Wouldn't that be powerful? God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's a powerful day in the Bahamas. We thank God for this democracy. I say I'm campaigning, and who knows, I may go to the United States because I'm concerned Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and there's breaking news coming from ZNS. The general manager of ZNS, Clint Watson, has divided the staff. He has called on the staff, those who support his leadership, to come on the side where he's standing, and those who are in opposition to him go on the opposite side. So that is the breaking news taking place. Clint Watson is extremely upset. He's accusing the staff of being unfaithful, disloyal. And so that is what is taking place. I publicly call on Clint Watson to relax, be kind to the workers. It's a new day. It's PLP all the way. And the workers must be allowed to protest. Okay, so that's the breaking news taking place at this very moment. We have our sources on the ground, and I thank God it's a very big building. So as Clint say, those who are with him come on this side, and those who are in opposition will go to the other side. So I had a citizen who wanted to know what I thought they should do. Well, I'm going to say to them, if you choose which side you want to choose, if you are in opposition to Clint Watson, stay openly in opposition so everybody can see you. If you support Clint Watson, stay open in support of him so that everybody could see you. And I want you to realize that ZNS belongs to the people. So I don't want no foolishness up to ZNS, okay? Don't damage ZNS. I don't want no violence. And I want you to know that notwithstanding that I'm angry with Clint Watson, lay not your hand upon his Negro body, for I know he fears the law and the Lord. It's powerful. So I thought I'd say that to you. I want to come back to this drug Airbnb in the southwestern part of the island. I want people to know what is going on. The husband and the man who is the co-owner of Airbnb with his wife has got into a number of problems. Police says that when they arrived on the scene yesterday, the white man from the Netherlands, the husband, he became very aggressive, that they had to lay hands upon him and restrain him. And he began to see things. So he was hallucinating. Apparently a part of the therapy is everybody just take the drugs and everybody go crazy and do kind of foolishness. But in his case, instead of beating or fighting with the guests, in his madness, he assaulted the ground staff. So he's like a very good businessman. He ain't gonna be disrespectful to the staff. He ain't gonna attack them. He just veiled the backside of his staff. That culminated in charges being brought against him, and apparently a number of his international guests, notwithstanding that they were taking the dangerous drugs, they began to giggle and video, and they posted on social media. So that is what is happening there. And of course, the police were shocked to see the many jars of a variety of mushrooms. And they had a chemist from the forensic unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. They were compelled to do tests immediately. So they took him into custody, but he was seeing things, all right? So I don't know. I think I'm going to have to talk with Mr. Monroe. I'm going to suggest to him that if we are dealing with investors who are investing unlawfully in illicit drugs, drugs that cause you to hallucinate. We have to train the police officers how to deal with people who are saying things. Because that's one of the problems in this society. There are many of us who are crazy without using those drugs, and the police sometimes are not sure what to do with a person who has serious mental issues. Well, I thank God that notwithstanding that this tourist, this investor, he's an investor, investing in dangerous drugs right here among you Negroes, the police had to lay hands on him and subdue him. Well, I'm certain that the police hands would have been very gentle, okay? So that is what's going on. And take it from me, it's terrible what is taking place. And I call upon the government once again to make sure the dangerous drugs remain illegal, and we have to make sure that when they move to implement that dangerous drug called marijuana dope, you will know that gangsterism is involved when you see foreign white people showing up. Mark my word. I do not talk irresponsibly. You will know that gangsters are involved with the participation of international white people. Take it from me. I'm 67, and I have the gift to see things, all right? So that's what's going on. I wanted you to know that the police had to subdue the 34-year-old man because he began to see things. Can you imagine? You show up, you come with a warrant to execute a white man who's foreign, with a serious accent. He began to see things, and you were shocked because the police didn't have the intelligence that this man was seeing things. This man saw. He saw, for the people of Andros, the people of Andros would understand what I'm saying. He saw Napkin and George. Androsian will know what I'm talking about, particularly those from Lausanne. He saw Napkin and George. Can you imagine that? Napkin and George he saw. He saw Boogerman. He saw Spirit. He saw things. And then his greatest fear is when he saw the Negro police, okay? Because once he saw the Negro police, he identified them with magic, according to my source. I'm going to go in by my source. Monroe didn't let me go with the police. I would have loved to have been there to just video it so I could bring it here for you all. So I thought I'll tell you what's going on. And we have to close down Airbnb. I know many of you are upset about it. We have to close down Airbnb until we are able to properly regulate it. Remember what I told you. On Grand Bahama, one of the biggest, take it from me, the biggest smuggling racket is taking place from Airbnb all over Grand Bahama. And they're my people. I don't like my people being smuggled into the United States because some of them have been drunk. And when they're drunk, I am very, very upset. So it's a big racket. And take it from me, they are good. Okay? Watch out for me. I'm in a position to chant with my people mystically, and they speak to me through powerful mysticism. So I told you about the smuggling, then I told you about the drugs, and thank God the police captured them, okay? The police captured them. So it's very important to note. Very, very important. Having told you that, you will recall that our people, the Negro people, are concerned with voices. Ever since the introduction of WhatsApp, there's a new thing called voice notes, where you can send messages all over the world. And in more recent time, we are receiving all kind of voices. Among the voices is from one of my people, a Haitian man who is alleged to be living in the United States, who it is alleged that he is exposing all kind of corruption. And so an investigation is being conducted. And then, of course, the Negroes are so interesting. Man, you black people is something. I just don't understand the mentality of my people, the Negro people. The Negro people are not satisfied with the internal investigation by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, notwithstanding that the law makes provision that criminal prosecution must be conducted and investigated by officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, who then, upon finding sufficient evidence, can lay charges. They want the FBI. They want white people from America. I've concluded, and I'm going to give it to you. So get your mind set. They want white people from the United States of America, and they want white people from London. By that declaration, they're telling me that they have confidence in white people investigation. They have confidence in white people justice. And I keep saying to them, you're making a mistake. And I use Haiti as an example. I've shown them that when the free world was petitioned that something had to be done to Haiti, what did President Joseph Biden do? He went to the continent, Africa. He paid the president of Kenya $20 million. And the Kenyans, they landed in Haiti. I'm being told that they are doing some great investigation and that they are providing good security, because you have a combination where the Kenyans believe in Obeah. We, the Africans in the diaspora, notwithstanding Christianity, we believe in voodoo. We believe in Obeah. And if you don't believe me, go to the Church of God of Prophecy on East Street. And on the northern side, one of the biggest Obeah foundation has been there from I was a teenager. The church is to the south, and the Obeah people. I don't know if they're still there. I'll check, because the Jamaicans selling some good food, but the Obeah woman lived right there. Okay? So, we got the world to send us the Kenyans. So the Kenyans are investigating gang violence, gang murders, gang rape. The Kenyans are African, and we are the Africans of the diaspora. Well, my argument is simply this. If we are playing black and proud, I want Africa. In fact, I want the investigators to come from Nigeria. But you black people, you don't have any confidence in black people. Huh? What y'all doing with these decent white people? Huh? Why we need decent white people? Can't I, as an African descendant, can I not investigate? It is a disgrace. All right? It is a national disgrace that black leadership, after 50 years of independence, is calling for the white man to investigate the Central Detective Unit. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me we can't find nobody black? Ha! That's the problem with you Negroes. That is the major problem. So the FBI, it is alleged, is here. Scotland Yard, perhaps, is on its way. And remember what I told you. Who robbed Scotland Yard? Who robbed Scotland Yard? We. We robbed Scotland Yard, and we should never have robbed the kings. Scotland Yard. See, there's no Negro who's going to tell it to you the way I tell it to you. And therefore, I call on the PLP government, can't you send for the Nigerians? Can't you send for the Rwandans? Can you send for the people of the Congo? And I prefer the Congo because Fred Mitchell, in his constituency, do you know where Fred Mitchell Community Center is located? Because I think they're having an event there. I'm only going to go if I have the strength, because I love to see when the Congo people show up. And could we not send for people from the Congo? But no, you Negroes want decent, clean, white people who you think is not corrupt. Man, you'll make me shame. I thank God. When I look at what black people is doing, I thank God that my father is whiter than Branson, the daddy, because of what you Negroes are doing. All right? And I'm upset about it. And I think we should go to Africa. I understand. One intellectual said, we don't want no Nigerian. I said, well, why you don't want no Nigerian? When most of the people in Bain Town are from Nigeria. Say the Nigerians are corrupt. You think the Nigerians are more corrupt than people living in the United States? But they don't want no black people. They make me shame. They hurt my feelings. They attack they attack. It's a big word in me that they attack. All right? It's a big, big word that they attack. But for you Negroes, the FBI is here. Isn't that powerful? And let me warn you, the FBI ain't like the British. We could rob the British, but the FBI don't mess around. Okay? So I thought I'll tell that to you. And of course, my spiritual advisor must be tired of me just running on. My spiritual advisor, the FBI is here.
The Federal Bureau of Investigators. I'm sorry, good afternoon, Senator.
They're here.
One of those days, man, I am just so beat.
Don't worry about your beat.
I'm beat. All right, so, I mean, it's what the Bahamian people have been looking for a while.
They want the FBI.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you want to clear up some of the things that's been swirling around, not only social media, but that's made mainstream media, about what is called apparent police corruption. So,
do you not know that in the United States,
so they
have police corruption?
Fixed properly. What's wrong with this shirt, Sandra?
There's nothing wrong with your shirt, my spiritual advisor. You look like a saved man.
Yeah. But Sandra, listen. There's a lot of things going on in the country over the last couple of months as relates to the police force and, you know, some of the allegations that's been made against the police force. Don't forget, the police force in every country, their motto is to protect and to serve. And they have to keep a particular standard and confidence in the public space. And once that is questioned, or once that becomes questionable, or any time that confidence is destroyed, it creates a imbalanced
have you
society.
lost confidence in the Royal Bahamas Police Force?
No, because corruption is everywhere.
You're my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, no, corruption is everywhere.
The Negro people.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Look the Negro people in their face and tell them if you've lost confidence.
I won't have you do that to me. I won't have you do that to me. But there's corruption everywhere, Senator.
Okay.
Thing about corruption, and there's a lot of stories from the Judeo-Christian perspective, especially the Old Testament. What God wanted the Israelites to do is whenever there's corruption among you, you have to purge it.
And how did Jesus say the Israelites should purge it?
It all depends on what was committed.
Okay.
You could be killed.
Well, in the case
you
of
could be placed outside.
In the case of David, how was his sin purged?
No, David's sin was forgiven. Mind you, he did punish for his sin. But wherever you see there's evil and corruption, then they were told that you have to put that person outside. You purge them by disfellowshipping them or excommunicating them, or you can actually stone them to death. That's under the old.
So is the
Testament.
principle that they that without
Doesn't
sin,
apply today.
that don't apply
You
no
can't
more.
stone people to death. No, you can't.
They
do that.
that without sin.
Cast the first stone.
It-
Santa, you
don't
understand
answer
this?
my question, please. You're my spiritual
Yeah.
advisor. You're my spiritual
Yeah,
advisor.
there is forgiveness, Santa. There is forgiveness.
May I ask my question, my spiritual advisor? Goodness almighty, you don't want to be my spiritual
No,
advisor?
see, because I know you go and you see, I said to cut you off, man. I don't mean to that long running on with you.
Why are you
All right?
allowing the devil to take hold of you?
Anyhow,
I've asked
witness,
you a question.
he would outsend men.
What about what you told me earlier about stoning? Do you know if you stone
Just
some...
give me a second.
Do you
I-
know if the police catch you stoning
Yeah,
anybody,
I figured that.
you would...
I was using it. I was using an example
Goodness
to
of mercy.
draw a story to
It's
you.
against the law
that-
to
Sandra,
stone people.
Right. So I'm telling you that. Okay. So let's go to the New Testament then. Wherever you find corruption and sin, you are not to harbor it or to encourage it. You are to purge it from among you. All right, by getting rid of the person or trying to help them to get rid of the sin. All right.
There was a sister who attended the Lord's Church.
Which church is that?
This is the one behind Mr. Hasty Place.
Where?
Mr. Hasty, whose grandson murdered his father, his mother, his sister,
Give me a location.
and his brother.
Where's this?
You know
Where's this
exactly
church building?
where your church is behind Mr. Hasty building.
Which hasty building?
This is the one in Ridgeland Park.
Christian Park. Listen, the Lord's people meet in Highbury Park, Yellow Elder, and West Ridge. So I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's not Ridgeland Park.
We meet in Highbury Park.
Do-
There's a difference between Ridgeland and Highbury
Well,
Park.
let's test it. You might be right. You're younger than me. You're more educated than I am. Do you know where Checkers is on Robinson Road?
Yeah, so that's Ridgeland Park. That's Christ the King.
No, not the Anglican Church.
So what are you talking about? There's another
Oh,
church
you-
building that's
oh,
called
you're referring-
AME.
you're referring
There's
to
a-
the one-
There's an African Methodist Episcopalian.
So you're referring to the one next to Christ Church the King.
No. I don't know what you're referring to, but I know
Let's
that there
go-
are two church buildings behind there.
Let's go to Christ Church the King.
No, that's Christ Church Cathedral, eh? No. Christ. Anyhow, I don't know, but that's where Brown used to be.
Brown is a member of your church?
No. The priest, what's his name? Granfley Brown. What
Do
do you call that?
not have a church to the west of
No.
where Branfilly
No,
Brown was?
no, sir. I don't know where you get information from. No, sir.
Wow, my spiritual advisor.
There's no Church of Christ there.
Wow. There's no church of
No,
Christ
there's
there?
a Church of Christ near Holy Cross, Anglican Parish.
Okay. Is that just off Soldier Road?
That's Soldier Road and Petersfield Road.
Okay.
Why did you go all the way to Robinson Road?
Well, I'm old now.
And then you'd be trying to route,
But we got the church clear.
I don't know. You need to tell me what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the one on Peterfield Road.
Petersfield and Guildford Road.
Right. Is that a...
It's a building. It's not a church. It's a building. The church meets in the building.
The church meets
In the building, right.
Okay. But for the purpose of this conversation, so that I would not be confused, you're more smarter
you're not
than
to
I
be
am.
confused because the
Let's
church is not
call
the
it
building.
The church building.
Okay, our church building. Okay.
Yeah.
That is used by the church.
Goodness of mercy.
It's a building that's used by the church.
Now-
But go ahead.
The sins of that church, how is that being dealt with?
Here's how the church deals with sin.
And that sin is so big.
We don't allow people to practice sin.
That sin is so big that
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you mean you don't know what I'm talking
I don't know
about?
what you're talking about.
You don't remember?
You always running on.
Wow. Don't you remember that I told you how I accompanied
Sandra,
the
let's
police?
get to the point, man. Let's cut. You wasting this man.
No, not wasting the time. I allow you to curse out the Seventh-day Adventist Church,
No, you don't.
right? And then after you curse out the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I don't say anything.
What's your point, though? What's your point?
Let's leave it alone. Clearly, you are confusing
Sandra,
me.
there's a difference between practice and sin.
Let's leave it alone.
There's a difference between practice
Let's
and
leave it
sin.
alone. My spiritual
Yeah, because
advisor.
you're on the wrong track anyhow.
This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And when it comes to spiritual things, I have problem getting him to deal with it. God save the King. God save Bradley Roll. When I come back,
I'm already saying.
I will tell you how the Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Bradley, are you ready for birthdays?
Yeah, I think we got, 5, 4, 4. Yeah, we got a couple of birthdays to do today. Let's see. Where we at, Mr. Medusa? Okay, there you go. All right. Is it Rudolph? Who's this? Oh, yeah, that's how they spell it. This is Rudolph. Happy birthday to Brother Rudolph, a.k.a. Squeeze. It's coming from Hester. Your children, Justin, Derek, Marvin, Shonda, Marva, Desi, the grandchildren, the great-grand, your sister Dorothy, your aunt Jackie and Yvonne, your brothers Clyde, Stephen, also a.k.a. Slam, Tony, there's a preacher involved, Diana Francis and the family of First Baptist Church. All right, so happy birthday to Rudolph, also known as Squeeze. Is that Andre Stewart? Andre Stewart is celebrating his second birthday. Happy birthday to Andre Stewart. It's coming from his parents, Pruzia and DeAndre, grandparents, Barbara and Preston, and Auntie Precious. We love you. Enjoy your special day. Happy birthday, Andre Stewart. You just began, my brother. You've just began. Dwayne Wallace is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday goes out to Dwayne Wallace. It's coming for reaching this milestone. It is your 50th birthday. You reached 50. Okay, it's coming from his mother Gertrude, his wife Lanisha, daughters Destin and Nisha, your son Tanaj Wallace, and father George, and all his aunts and cousins. Enjoy your day, Dwayne. Thank you, Mr. Monica, for allowing us to wish Dwayne a happy birthday.
You're welcome.
All right, Sarah Davis. Sarah Davis is celebrating a birthday. Special happy birthday to Sarah Davis. It's coming from Brian Finley. Brianne. Forgive me. Happy birthday to Sarah Davis, coming from your daughter, Brianne Finley, your son, Tyrico Camp, Tyrico Camp Jr., your grandson, Malvise Davis, your mother, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. They love you. They pray you live to see many, many more. So happy birthday to Sarah Davis. All right, Sandra, is Jomo Campbell having a back to school?
Jomo Campbell held his back to school on Saturday past. So it was full of excitement as he moved from park to park. I think this one was held at St. George's Park. That is the one that I went to. There were hundreds of family. There were thousands of bags and books and pens and other goodies that were given out to members of his constituency. And then, of course, there were quite a lot of people who came in from other constituency, but there was no discrimination. So it was great, and it was a wonderful thing. Tomorrow I will show you what Senator Michael Halkitis did in his constituency on Saturday. So both men, and there were others who did give back to school, held back to school event and so forth. So it was great, and I want to thank Mr. Campbell for the invitation. I only want him to know that I got ice cream. Nobody gave me any book and pen, but I don't mind. Maybe next school year, they'll remember to give me a book and a pen, and this is powerful. So you're going to pay bills now, my spiritual advisor?
Yeah, let's pay some bills. Looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of check bags. Book your next adventure now at westernairbahamas.com. Everybody needs money, always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send money to family members and friends instantly, anytime, anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. So Money Max, live your max life. All right, back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed, indeed.
So, folks, we started the news one by telling you that the Royal Bahamas Police Force did a raid yesterday in the southwestern part of the island. There they arrested a man who was hallucinating and became very, very aggressive. And of course, the police found scores of jars of mushroom. So it was a wonderful, dope Airbnb operation that was taking place. And I just want the Security and Intelligence Branch to be focused on these Airbnb, because there are many sins taking place there. We also told you that at ZNest there is an industrial dispute taking place, and the general manager, that would be Clint Watson, has told the staff those who are with him will come on his side, and those who are against will go on the opposite side. So I just want Clint not to victimize anybody who does not accept his leadership. So that is powerful. And then what else did I tell you? Well, I told you so many things. And then I've told you that the FBI is here, and I'm very upset as a Negro, taking into consideration that we agreed that Kenya should go into Haiti, and the Kenyans are African like us, they're black like us, and if they can go into Haiti to stabilize Haiti, to investigate the gangs, certainly the Kenyans are qualified to move among us and to investigate. But it appears that the Negroes are not liberated, notwithstanding that this is the month of emancipation. Y'all want Bavana to do the investigation. It's just amazing, the mentality of the Negro people. So I yearn for a day when we will bring our investigator from the black continent. We'll bring them from Nigeria, Rwanda, the Congo, Kenya, and so forth. So I thought I would tell that to you. And I'll read a little bit on the FBI, because what is happening is there are many citizens who are demanding, as the investigation progresses, they want to be kept abreast of the findings or the non-findings, and it isn't done like that. So let's look at something that is written in one of the Negro newspaper, okay? So for you black people who want the FBI, say yeah! FBI joins police voice note probe. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has joined a police corruption probe sparked by voice notes that leaked in July, according to Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda. His revelation to one of the Negro media came after he said earlier this month that senior United Kingdom National Crime Agency members would arrive in the country to help oversee aspects of the probe. The investigators were expected to arrive in the Bahamas on August 14, but did not do so as scheduled. The investigation surrounds voice note that purported to capture a quid pro quo arrangement involving a senior police officer, a lawyer, and 2 murdered men. Okay? So that is what's going on. Now, what is to be noted here, and the voice note came from, it is alleged, the United States of America, So there was no need for the FBI to come here. Since the garçon who released the note is alleged to be living in the state of Florida. Now, I've noted that no one is reminding us. So, for a few seconds, I have to speak to young men who are specialists in voice note. Moun yo haïtien nan juillet, yon garçon noir haïtien qui habitait dans États-Unis, il mettait voice note. Il déclarait corruption dans pays Bahamas. Même, il pas venu pour expliquer tout Judéa, il créait un pile problème pour payer moins. Ma pas besoin moun yo pour faire ça. Ça c'est pas bon, ça a créé un pile problème, même des garçons tirés. Un pile moun yo fâché avec ça. Même information déclarée, des garçons allaient dans l'aéroport pour voler un pile l'argent. Et si vous volez un pile l'argent, c'est criminel. Là où voler un pile l'argent, criminel gardé pour nous, pour tirer ou pas faire ça. So, I had a chat with my people, the young Haitian men, to tell them the danger of voice notes. I told them that one member of our tribe, that's the Haitian tribe, believed to be living in the United States, has sent out these voice notes talking about the armed robbery, and robberies are illegal. And when you get into these kind of illegal activities, the possibility exists for gros garçons pour gagner un pile problème avec la vie. And so, you know, so I want to warn the young Haitian men to keep out of these kinds of talk, and because, you know, we need to keep out of this controversy. So if you are Haitien, si vous noir, si vous pas gain bon certificat, gardez! Okay? Moi-même, c'est leader secret. I just told them I'm their secret leader, and we have to be careful because we need to get our papers straight, and it's powerful. So I'm having fun with my people. My spiritual advisor, I'm certain you do not wish to comment.
No. Listen, what's going on at ZNest? I see some videos.
What is happening at ZNest
what's going on?
Is Clint Watson
Clint
is now
was in trouble again?
Yeah, he's having second thoughts.
Shit.
I have
Clint just can't seem to get it right.
publicly declared that I'm prepared to petition.
What is he doing? Dividing ZNest?
Yeah, it's amazing. He's cut it in half. He said
You have the
those
video, producer?
who were for him. Listen,
Let's see what Clint doing,
well,
man.
be careful now because I don't want no dirty word. And there's a woman who purport to be saved, and the way she's acting, she's neither saved nor sanctified.
What is Clint doing,
But
man?
this is what they call equality for the woman there.
You see it? I can see it
Yeah.
right now.
So make sure she's not cursing. I don't mind talking in tongue,
Clint is something else.
right? But I don't want no obscenity here because this here is young people. It's Christian, and they're not allowed to
You
curse
got kids
unless
watching
they're
as
able
well.
to curse in Chinese. What's that?
I see we have children watching as well, so
Yeah,
we want to
so
be very
I
careful
don't
with the
want
content. But I'm sure
buffers
the
up.
producer's going to audit.
This would be powerful. And as a spiritual advisor, look at it. There is a new announcement taking place. You would recall that yesterday I told you about the various gay murders that are taking place. But one of the biggest gay movements, they have announced that they will be celebrating gay, lesbian pride day. And apparently it will be done on the 8th of October, maybe to the 12th of October. And I decided that as a leader of the country, I'm going to stop young gay men from going to it. I want to talk to the young gay men. I want you all to stay away from this gay convention. I want you all to stay away from it because many of you are criminals. Many of you are involved in blackmail. Okay? See, nobody's going to tell it to you. I will tell it to you because as leader, I love the country and I love all of you. All right? You want to show us that?
All right, yeah, once our news is there. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Let's see what's happening.
Remember now, no casing. Okay. So I I understand what is happening. And apparently, a Negro man, he's Negro, and he is claiming to be cross-gender. I call on the cross-gender. If you hold your gay pride convention, please do not focus on that American who's missing unless you are prepared to produce evidence as to the whereabouts of Taylor Casey. Taylor Casey is an American, and I'll have you to know that the United States is committed to defending the rights of every American citizen, even if he's the biggest sissy in the whole of the United States. That's their sissy, and they are now very liberal. So please be careful, do not bring any problem. I also call on the University of the Bahamas not to allow them to come to the university to do that. They should go to a hotel. They should go to a hotel, they should go to a lodge, but they should not use the University of the Bahamas for what they are doing. Remember, a lot of these young men, they have been blackmailing the senior gay man. See, that's what's going on in the country. Nobody's going to tell it to you. These young boys who don't want work, they want man to take care of them. They're liking man. And then they're blackmailing these old men. And these old men are prepared to take a chance with their reputation and have them murdered. You take it from me, eh? Nobody's going to tell it to you in media. They're chicken. So they're not going to tell you. There's only one Negro who will tell it to you. Remember what I told you? They have an operation called, what did I call it? It is called Operation
River Nile.
The River Nile. You heard me? Okay? So I think that this man who is purporting to be transgender, what he should do is just cancel it. I would support him having it if they produce Casey Taylor. Now, if Casey Taylor is going to jump out of a box and they say, surprise! And Casey Taylor is going to show up, then for that day, I'm prepared to support it so that the police could arrest Casey and send him back to the United States. Okay? So I want you all to stop doing this. And this is why I need to get President Trump elected so that you Negroes in the Bahamas could return to Jesus. Okay? And that is why we have to get Trump elected leader of the free world. We cannot vote in the United States. I've had so many Bahamians coming to see me, and they want to know, Monica, can we register to vote in the United States? I said to them, I don't think so. But what you should do is write the United States Embassy. Tell them that you love Donald Trump, that you would like to vote in the United States. And if there is any law by which you can register and vote. Now, I know I can't vote in the United States. The only way they would allow me to vote in the United States if I can jump the southern wall. See, if you were able to jump over the wall, they would make you a citizen and you'd be able to vote. But I'm too old now. I can't jump the wall. So we have to get Donald elected. And I want to warn the Negro people, because I had two Negro persons who appeared before me today.
The video.
Notwithstanding what you hear, Donald Trump is leading in the college
That's not true.
vote.
That's not true, Senator.
Notwithstanding
Donald Trump is in trouble.
what you hear, Donald Trump is leading. And if you have any alternative evidence that Donald is not leading, it means that the United States could be faced with another civil war. And they've not had a civil war since the last one ended perhaps in 1865, okay? So we need to get Donald elected. He will keep the America great. I need America to be great, and the Bahamas will be safe.
Let's watch this video. Let's see what's happening at ZNS.
He has been running amok in ZNS. The morale, when he came into ZNS, he met a very high morale entity. The morale right now in ZNS is below the pits. It's below the pits. He has been victimizing staff. He's been telling them that they need to come on the right team because they're on the losing team. If they're not on his team, he is moving staff at whim, especially if he doesn't like them or they're not a part of his team. He's moving them and placing them somewhat in the back burner or transferring them, in some cases, away from their home base, what they know is to be home. 2022 to 2023 increment has not been paid yet. 2023 to 2024 increments, or the evaluation hasn't even started. And those increments should have been paid on the 15th of April of this year. And the only answers he got to give is that they just get 4 increments. Buddy, that happened before you.
Okay, I don't know who she mean by him. I hope she mean respectable Mr. What's his name?
Well, she said that happened before you. It referenced as Clint Watson.
You think she mean Frank Watson?
Clint Watson.
Clint Watson?
Not Frank Watson, man. Stop calling other people's name, man.
She didn't call Clint Watson name.
Clint caused some trouble to ZNS, man. So what's going to happen now?
Now, you stop that. I don't want Clint to come back
Clint
here.
is causing problems.
I don't want Clint to come back here. And it's not because he's not a professional. I hate to confess it. We had a party, and then I went into the kitchen.
Leave Clint alone. Listen, let's look
When I
at
went
it.
into
Don't
the
do that, Senator.
in the kitchen.
That's not nice.
Clint had the biggest slice of the Johnny cake, right? And if you're leading, do not eat all the Johnny cake. Clint could have saved a slice for me. I got him in for that. God save Clint Watson. May he learn to share the Johnny cake. God save ZNS. God save the king. It's powerful. Hold on, my spiritual advisor. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to the line. And as we go straight to the line, I call on the Negro people to continue to pray for Donald Trump so that he shall walk through the valley and the shadow of death, but fear no evil. This is powerful, my spiritual advisor.
All right, we're going to open the lines. Do I pay a bill at this time or what? 323-7775. Yes, let me pay a bill quickly. Looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at westernairbahamas.com. Everybody needs money, always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with MoneyMax. Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your max life.
This is powerful.
I'm sorry.
Are you ready?
Yeah, so 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. You can call those numbers to engage us. The line's officially open. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can I speak with Mr. Munter, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Munter.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the lady who called you on Friday and again on Monday, reference to you finding out from the Minister of Health when would they have a replacement for cardiologist Dr. Cargill.
Dr. Cargill. That is true.
And you also promised me you would have spoken with Mr. Dr. Dwayne Sands also.
Yes, I did promise you that I would talk to both of them. Unfortunately, I was not able to reach them at this point, but I shall make a stronger effort tomorrow. Call me back tomorrow.
All right, so I have another question for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You're reporting everything and you're doing a good job.
I thank you.
But I need you to say what happened this morning at Wendy's, please.
They have asked me not to report it yet, so I'm keeping to that. You can call me privately and I could tell you, but they've asked me not to, and I've decided I won't. Okay?
Okay, because, you know...
Don't say it.
I'm not...
Don't say it. Yeah.
The public is aware of it.
Okay, yeah. I thank you for your concern. Everything is fine. Yeah. Yes,
323-7775, 698-0775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
I want to ask.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask a special. What up? With anything else?
The eye doctor?
Yes. What up?
Something to let you know.
Let me tell you, there are people who have been sent to Cuba. There are others that they are awaiting the arrival of the Chinese and the Americans from California. I think I have to put that specific question to Minister Michael Dowell and say to him, when are these people coming? Because, take for instance, last night I had a family from Grand Bahama. They literally woke me up out of my bed to complain over how their eyes are hurting, and they want to know when will they get their eye treatment. So call me back tomorrow. I'm going to make a strong effort to reach Dr. Michael Dowell and put that clear question to him, okay?
Yes.
Call me back tomorrow.
Please.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're going through because I had a similar problem. Yeah.
One of the first people on the list.
Yes, your name is on the list. It's a long list. I've never seen so many people with
eye
eye
problems.
problem.
That's
It's a
unbelievable.
major health problem. It is such a large problem that I fail to see why the opposition, that's the FNM, has not put it in their policy that an FNM government will treat everybody with eye problem. The PLP is committed to it, and I can tell you they are sending people to Cuba, because I have people who contact me, and they're like the blind man who Jesus touched his eye, healed them, restored their sight, and they holler, Hosanna, Hosanna. So call me again. I'm going to call Minister Michael Dowell, for I am his medical, political ambassador. Okay?
Do that. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a long time,
Yes,
but there are
ma'am.
people being sent.
Nobody was saying, because no one was saying, because when I look at the phone, I see that he calls.
Yeah. But you have to watch your phone now, because there are many, sometimes Dr. Dowell, he makes the call. If a staff says, listen, I've tried to reach Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so, he picks up the phone and he calls because he wants to confirm that that staff had tried his or her very best. I'm in a position to tell you that because I assist in the registration of citizens who have eye problems. But I'll make an effort to get that message to him. Call me back tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Rodney Moncler, President White House. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. Well, I just want my cousin to know I am with him. Donald Trump or nothing.
Lord, I thank you for this Negro woman
That's right.
who's put aside racism,
Yes.
who will support Donald Trump,
I tell you.
and she does not mind that he's white.
That's right. Donald Trump.
Go-
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why, Mr. Moncler.
Go ahead.
Because Donald Trump is a man. He's a serious man.
Yes.
And he's a real man.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. And he's a man who can fight for everything that we need to keep America.
I thank you. God bless you.
Yes.
Spread the word.
And you be encouraged.
I shall. You spread the word. You tell them that I say
I will.
a vote for Donald Trump is a vote against racism.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
This is powerful.
You be blessed.
I thank you.
Thank you so much, caller.
Okay. That citizen can vote in the United States.
6980775 and 6980776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rodney Monco.
Hello, my dear.
Good afternoon, Spiritual Wiser.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling on about the telco, right?
Okay.
My mother's phone was off like from last week.
Really?
I called the telco. I call them. They say, check with them. They're going to come in 5 working days. 5
Okay.
working days already gone. My mother's 85 years old.
Wow.
And they're going to tell me, well, they're going to come back, and when they send a technician, they will call us. So come on now, if the telco have to do better than they are doing, you're paying your bills on a timely manner,
Right.
and they still can't have the phone them on. I don't know what's going on with telco.
What
The internet
area?
off, the phone is off,
What
the cable
area?
is off, and she loves to watch the Monka show.
This is powerful. We got to get that on
Oh,
by
that's
tomorrow.
what- yeah.
What?
Please, Mr. Monka, please check with the telco, because they really have to do better.
What
It's
area?
ridiculous.
What area is your mom living in?
This is in Camp Road.
Okay, when I'm going to put you on hold, you give my producer your mom's name and number. There is a lady working at Patelco who accept my leadership.
Uh-huh.
And I don't care how tall the lamp pole is. Once I tell her, she climbs it herself. She's a wonderful woman.
Uh-huh.
She believes in gender equality.
Yeah.
And she has my support. I said, listen, I believe in gender equality as long as you keep climbing that lamp pole. But the day you slip down.
Okay.
So give him your mother's name and the telephone number.
Uh-huh. Okay, I will.
Mr. Producer, take her mom's name
And the poll number.
and yeah. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
323-777-5, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller, you live.
Hello?
Good afternoon, caller, you live.
Yes. Is it Donald Trump or nothing?
Lord, I thank you. Are you Negro?
Come Joe.
He's a
Lord, I
country
thank you that the Conky Joe and the Negro people are one. It is Trump or nothing.
Right? No LGBTQ2, whatever the people is.
Well, I want you to compromise. Can't you break up those letters and put them alphabetically? Because you know,
No, I don't know.
you need A in the alphabet, you need L in the alphabet, but I got your point. Thank you, eh?
Okay.
This is
Take care,
powerful.
caller.
Man, it's powerful.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Good day, how are you?
We're doing well, thank you.
Okay. My phone was out from July,
Really?
and it's not fixed yet. I went in to pay my bill last week. The lady said, your phone ain't fixed yet? The bright lady at the Maritime or at the
No.
mall.
Which company is this?
And I know what they're doing.
Which company?
They put this by 5-0, whatever.
What
I
company?
don't even, when the current go off, my phone used to be on. Now when the current go off, I don't have no phone. I had to redial. I don't have redial no more.
What company are you referring to? Which company provides you with phone services?
But telco,
Okay, I'm going to treat you to my list. Give my producer your name and your number. I'm going to have to talk with Patelco. Okay?
thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I want Patelco to keep the people phone on. We're living in an age where there's crime, where people are sick and they need to call the Princess Margaret Hospital. They need their phones on. And if Patelco can't keep the phone on, I'm going to petition the National General Council of the PLP and ask them to bring pressure on the PLP government to re-privatize Patelco. I want y'all to know it. I'm prepared to petition the National General Council of the PLP and ask them to put pressure on the government to take over Patelco, PDC.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good. Brother Monk, I have a question.
Go ahead, sir.
Regarding the taxis.
Yes?
If there's a price increase, isn't that approved from road traffic or the transportation department?
I'm going to suggest to you an approval would have been done by the government.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the issue that I have in Northern Luther from the airport to Three Island Dock, the
Yes?
taxi drivers have went up to $10 from $5.
Okay.
And I don't believe that it was approved.
Well, there's a way for you to find out. Is there a road traffic department on your island?
Yes.
Go to the road traffic department and ask them for a copy of the charge list. You are entitled to it. You got me?
Yes, sir.
And the charge list will tell you what the rates are.
Sure.
So do that and call me back and let me know what's going on, okay?
I will do so, sir.
All right, sir. This is powerful.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller, you live. Go ahead, caller, you live.
Hello, Mr. Banker. Good
Yep.
afternoon.
Hello, my dear.
I'm calling about the parking space that the government have for national insurance on Foxhill Road there.
Okay.
Nothing but rock. I mean, your vehicle, you have to go there, and your vehicle just won't be much good.
Now, exactly where is the parking space?
Right opposite National Insurance office on Foxhill Road.
Now, when you say opposite, do you mean across the street from it or
Right
in the
across
yard?
the street.
Now,
Across the street.
Now, across the street, depending on where you are, is that Freedom Park?
Yeah, Freedom Park is on the south.
On the south.
Their parking space is on the east.
On the
Of
east.
the building.
Right.
Okay. Do you know my...
And that's nothing but sharp rock.
Okay, well, we can deal with that now. Do you know my first cousin, businessman Derek Davis?
No, no, sir, I don't.
He is at the
Jungle Club.
but he's not exactly in the Jungle Club, but he operates a small grocery store. Pastor asked for him, tell him I say I'd like for him to take a look at that and let me know how I could, because I'm in contact with the Ministry of Works and I need to make a national confession. Every little work for the public that I asked the Ministry of Works to do, praise the Lord, they have been doing it. So if I can get that information, I will go to see the Permanent Secretary, Luther Smith, and I'm convinced that Luther will have no problem in coming to Fox Hill, the land of freedom, and fix that. Or you can
say the gentleman's name is?
Derek Davis.
Derek Davis.
He's my first cousin, okay?
All
You'll recognize him because I look like him.
right, all right.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is powerful. We're going to solve all these problems. I'm in contact with the Ministry of Works, and when I go to them and say, listen, I see bush and it needs to be moved, and they look at me, I say, listen, Monroe thinks that bush is a threat to national security, and so forth. Go ahead.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How you doing? Spiritual advisor, Mr. Monica.
Yes, sir.
We're fine.
Yeah. I'm going with Kamala Harris.
Okay.
You know why? Look at the resume.
Look at who?
Don't wait till he gets 78 to be a prisoner.
He's not a prisoner.
He's a convicted felon.
The Supreme Court of the United States has already slapped that aside.
But anyway, in the last days,
Yeah.
the Ethiopians gonna spread their wings. He beat Hillary, right? That's a white woman. A black woman gonna beat the
She's not black, Negro.
She's black?
She's not a member of the African race. You.
Her daddy black. What
No,
she is?
sir. He's not black.
But what color she is, Mr. Monica?
I want you to listen to
color she
me. Listen to me for a second and answer my question truthfully. Are you black?
Yeah, I black.
Well, I'll have you to know that genetically you are closer to Donald Trump than
Not
you
me,
are.
man. I black. I come from Africa. Where the black people come from? You might be white, but not me.
Listen to me. She
100% black.
is an Indian.
She's half Indian, man. Her daddy's
Brown
black.
skin.
Her daddy is not black,
She's
Negro.
from Jamaica, man.
The fact that you are from Jamaica doesn't mean that you are
Her
black.
daddy's black.
He's not black.
Her daddy's a black man.
You
No,
are
he's a coolie.
confused.
Come on, man.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a brown-skinned coolie.
coolie. So what he ain't white. But
Negro.
anyway, I say in the last days, spiritual advisor. In the last days, the Ethiopians gonna spread their rings. Who are the Ethiopians?
Who are the Ethiopians?
Who says that? Who says the Ethiopians are going to spread their wings?
It's a spiritual advisor.
Well, I will
Who
tell
says
you.
that?
I will tell you who the
Who are the
Ethiopians are.
Ethiopians?
Who says that the Ethiopians will spread their wings?
That's in the Bible.
Where?
You, man, use a Bible.
Book,
scholar,
chapter,
man.
and
Don't
verse.
lie to me, man.
Yeah, where is it?
All I know,
Huh?
Just tell me where it is.
the
I'll look for it.
Ethiopians in the Bahamas who stretching forth their wings are the ones who are smoking dope.
Smoking dope?
Yeah.
Man, smoking weed? That's what it is?
Listen to the tone. Me gish, me goosh, me gish, me guy, helai,
It's a sin
ja.
smoking weed, Mr. Monica.
Say it again.
It's a sin smoking weed.
It is dangerous for your health. It is dangerous for
Spiritual
your
advisor.
heart.
It's a sin smoking weed.
It's against the law.
That's a sin?
It isn't a sin. I can't go to the Bible and show it's a sin, but it's against the law.
Yeah, but they're legalizing it now, though.
No, they're not.
Anyway,
I mean, for medical use then.
I want you to go
if
study.
you're Rasta,
I want you to go study whether or not the Vice President of the United States father is black. Please stop insulting these people.
But our daddy is from Jamaica, he's black.
No,
Our daddy is from Jamaica and he's a black man?
he is from Jamaica, but he's not black.
What color is it?
He is a cross between a Hindu and an Irish woman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll never mislead
But
you.
anyway, my opinion, right? My opinion, I think Kamala Harris going to win. That's my opinion.
Okay, well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not. I have no
But right
problem.
now she's leading in all the polls.
Yeah, it appears that way.
There is one poll that she's not leading in. I
She
want
get
you.
all the battleground states.
I want you to listen to me, Negro. I will believe it when I see the result.
Yeah, ain't long now.
I call on black people everywhere
Thank
to
you, caller.
reject racism and vote for white.
But the U.S. is
Donald
the most
Trump.
racist country in the world.
Say it again.
United States is the most racist country in
But
the
I
world.
want
man.
you to liberate yourself from racism. Hold on to Donald Trump and vote
No.
white,
I ain't
white, white,
Thank you, caller. Take care.
right.
Let's get some more calls before we end the show. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Spiritual advisor,
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
how you doing?
All righty.
Tell Mr. Mutka,
He's here.
Telco lied to the people because everybody who have that fiber optic cable,
Uh-huh.
when electricity go off, you don't have no telephone.
Really?
Yes, I live right on my neighbor in front of me on the next side.
Right.
She said she's sorry she did that because when it's no power, she don't have no phone. It's good
Really?
thing she had cell phone.
Really?
You know why,
But they
right?
didn't tell the people that.
You know why,
If they
right?
didn't tell the people that, you know why I ain't hook up on that?
Right.
Because after my friend tell me what's happening, when they come to me, I tell them I don't want it.
Okay.
You see, but they ain't tell the people that. Because, you know, sometimes we have hurricane, you don't have no card or nothing.
Yeah.
But there is.
Yeah.
Well, you could complain
and you
to
need-
you could
and you need your
complain.
phone.
You could complain to the government because of what Javago say. How Javago calculated, my spiritual advisor?
49 to 50.
Yeah, I think he said 49 is equal to the 51%. Okay, your point is well taken. I
Yeah,
shall.
so that's the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
God
very
bless.
much.
All right, take care. Okay, welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Spiritual advisor,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Monk, how are you?
Sir?
Very good. I got a whole lot of issues, but I guess my time is short.
Okay.
You got 30 seconds.
Yeah, the first one would be South Beach.
What about South Beach?
Okay, if you driving on East Street out to South Beach,
Yes.
there was a bushfire a couple of months ago.
Okay.
It burned all of the coconut trees that they have planted.
Really?
All the dry limbs are still there, man.
Okay.
The bush is growing in the road.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing is when you go up by the pool or heading by the pool,
Yes.
they put some dumpster there.
Okay.
And they don't collect the garbage on time.
Really?
So the garbage is spilled all over the place.
Well, there is a powerful woman who I know is in charge. I'm going to call her this evening. I have a number.
Yeah, it look repulsive, disgusting.
Well, I'll have you to know that last week I was blessed to have a meeting with the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Work and the member of Parliament for South Beach, and we were discussing some projects to address that same concern. I met with them, and they have given me an assurance that they're going to address some of those concerns. So what I'll do is tomorrow, I'll send Luther Smith a text, and I'll send Bacchus Rule a text. Okay?
They really need to do something with that, man. It look terrible.
I'll speak to them because currently I have the Ministry of Work doing some work in Baintown, cleaning up, and I met with them and I told them about South Beach. Okay?
Okay, my other problem is that, you know, on Fayette Avenue, they
Yes.
have at least about 4 or 5 garages, old junkyard.
Okay.
And then they got at least about 4 or 5 clubs. And they're right near the churches. I thought clubs should be distant away from the churches.
You may have to write the Commissioner of Police a letter.
But the clubs and the churches don't conflict each other.
Just hold on a second, my spiritual advisor. Because the police has been giving out too much liquor license. On a Sunday, on my way from church, the Chinese have the island litter, selling the devil alcohol. And there was a point in the history of this country when barroom was not open. And we have to talk to the Commissioner of Police. In fact, we may have to bring him to an altar calling. Okay? But write the Commissioner of Police and complain about it, because the barroom should be far from the church. On East Street, we're
going to designate you to run this country, Mr. Monkey. It seems that you'll be doing a better job.
Well, I thank you. I'm going to start running it today. Right on East Street, right next to the church. The Chinese got one of the biggest barroom. You could jump out of the church and jump in the barroom. This is Freedom March. God save President Donald Trump. May he make America great again. God save the Africans who will vote for Donald. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's powerful.